but you would still have risks all the way to zero. And so if Palantir decided that it was going to fall a ton, I don't think it's going to go to zero, but any company has the potential to go to zero. But if it fell a lot, you would have risks all the way to zero still if you're doing a covered call. But if you did the same thing and you turned it into a collar strategy, and so if you want to protect yourself to the downside, the best way to do it when using the safeguard strategy is to use the collar strategy, especially in the market that you anticipating to drop. Because most of the time, if the market is going to drop, let's say 10% from its highs, you're going to have a lot of stocks that's down 20, 30, 40, 50%. I want you to consider the collar strategy, which is a part of the safeguard strategy. We have the cash secured put, the covered call, the collar, and the bonded bull. The collar is a kind of a deviation from the covered call. Most of us understand the covered call, so that's just break down the covered call, and then you'll be able to understand the collar a little bit more. So let's just say we were going to go with 32 days out, and we were going to buy 100 shares. Right? So we're gonna buy 100 shares. I'm going to just put SH for shares here. When you're doing a covered call, you also are going to sell a call. Okay? And I just say we're going to sell the call at the 25 delta on the call side. That would equal negative 25 deltas. The shares that you buy would equal positive 100 deltas. So we're just going to call this the call. And so if you were doing a covered call, this would be your deltas initially. You have 100 deltas for the shares you purchase because each share equals 1 delta. And then if you sell a call against it at the 25 delta, that would equal negative 25 deltas. So you would have a total of positive 75 deltas. That would be your overall deltas and your directional risk at that time. It's going to be dynamic, so it's going to change. But initially, when you put the trade on, you have exposure of 75 long deltas or 75 shares, positive shares. This is better if you're worried about the downside. This is better than having a positive 100 deltas or positive 100 shares, because if you lose, you will lose $1 per point that it moves down based on the delta, right? So delta measures how much you will make or lose based on a 1 point move. So if it's going down, that's what you worry about. If you're buying shares, then you can every point you can lose $100 because one time 100 is 100. So you can lose $100 as it goes down. In this case, you would lose $75 as it goes down. So 25% less if you just sell the call. Before we continue with the video, I just want to quickly point out, if you need any additional help, please consider joining our trading club. You can do that by clicking on the link in the description area, and you'll get a 3-month trial for a flat fee of $60. We look forward to seeing you in the trading club. Back to the video. You reduce your risk by 25%, but you would still have risks all the way to zero. And so if Palantir decided that it was going to fall a ton, I don't think it's going to go to zero, but any company has the potential to go to zero. But if it fell a lot, you would have risks all the way to zero still if you're doing a covered call. But if you did the same thing and you turned it into a collar strategy, then you could do something like this. Let's break it down one more time. So you got 100 shares, and I'm going to put SH again for shares. And then you have, let's say you sold the call at the 25 delta, right? And then that equals the call. And then I just say you bought a put at the 25 delta as well. So this is going to equal the put. Initially, when you do this, you're going to have 100 long shares, which is 100 deltas. You're going to sell the call. That's going to give you negative 25 deltas. You're going to buy the put. That's going to give you negative 25 deltas. So if you add all this up, you're going to have a positive 50 deltas. So you have 50% less risk than the person that is just buying the shares outright. And you have another 25% of less risk than the person that is selling the covered call. Now, you got 50 long deltas. So what that means is that every time the stock drops $1, you're going to lose $50. Every time it goes up $1, you'll make $50 initially. But the difference with the collar than the covered call is that you no longer have risks all the way to zero. You can scratch that out. You don't have risks all the way to zero. Your risk stops once the stock goes down to your put strike. Whatever that put strike is, that's where your risk stops. You no longer have risk all the way to zero within that time frame as long as you have that put on, or if you keep that put at that strike price, even if you had to roll it down the line, down the road. If you keep that put at that strike price, you will no longer have risk all the way to zero. You still have risk, but only to that put. And so let me break that down here. If we were doing a 32-day trade and we set it up like this with the collar strategy, we sold the call at the 25 here. This is the covered call here. We sold the call at the, and this is working exactly like I said before. You have 75 deltas here, right? You still have risk all the way to zero. As you can see, max loss is 15,000 there. That's if Palantir went to zero. Now, if we take some of those monies and we buy a call, let's just say, or excuse me, a put, and that's instead of the 25 delta here, let's say we buy the put at the 20 delta here. So this is going to drop our deltas from 100 to 55. And you can see we no longer have 15,000 or risk all the way to zero. If you go down here, now our risk is only $1,800 because we stop losing once the shares or the stock drops to this 135. The reason why this works is the same reason why you stop winning on the call side when you're doing a covered call, is because the shares that you have represent 100 shares, obviously, right? Well, the call that you sell also represents 100 shares. So this is negative, this is positive. So they offset each other. You stop winning as it jumps up to this 170. That's the most you can win, up to 170 at expiration. It's up to that strike 170. Well, it's the same thing on the put side. If you had 100 shares, that's positive, right? And the put actually represents 100 shares as well, but negative. So if it starts to go down, and this is going down on an option chain, and once it hits this 135, then it's offsetting each other at expiration. So the most you can lose is to this 135 because you have 100 negative shares and you have 100 positive shares. So they just offset each other. So in this collar strategy, you stop losing at the 135 and you stop winning at the 170. So you are limiting your downside by buying this put, and you are limiting your upside by selling this call. And so if you want to protect yourself to the downside, the best way to do it when using the safeguard strategy is to use the collar strategy, especially in the market that you anticipating to drop. Because most of the time, if the market is going to drop, let's say 10% from its highs, you're going to have a lot of stocks that's down 20, 30, 40, 50%. And we've seen that with a lot of stocks already. And the market is literally only down 2% this year. But we have a lot of stocks that are down bear market territory already.
Hey,
So
Opa.
using this collar strategy can help you protect yourself to the downside. And then if you want to make sure that your risk stays the same, when you roll, just keep it at the 135 strike on the put side. Keep it there at or near that strike so that you don't open up any more downside risk, any significant downside risk. Because sometimes you're going to have to do that. You have to roll the collar for a debit then if you want to keep that put where you want. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. And if that's the case, then you're going to obviously lose based on, or have some potential to lose a little bit more based on that debit. But that could be the best scenario to protect yourself from any significant losses as a underlining as a stock continues to drop, because Palantir can easily drop to 120. I'm not saying easy, but it's not out of the question. Something like Tesla can easily drop to 300. Something like Apple can easily drop to 200. Something like Nvidia can easily drop to 150. All of these companies can drop more. And so you want to be careful, because if the overall market does drop significantly more, a lot of these companies are going to be in crash territory, which is 30+% down from their highs.